Libra, welcome to your energy blueprint reading here on the Astroflower. We're going to be going into your chakras and your aura for the week going from the 6th to the 12th of February to see what's happening in those massive changes that are coming barreling down the line at the moment. An amazing time to be alive. The changes that are going to be happening in March we're already seeing it within the auras, within your chakras and your aura, and definitely within your cards as well. So let's just have a quick look. Let's go straight in there. We did do some masterclasses on our channel, all about the fusing of the chakras, and we're going to be doing one on the karmic path, as it were. Here we are in your root chakra. This is quite nice. I think this is it's well shaped, well formed. It's a lot looser than it has been. So it's a lot less harder upon your judgment, upon your, sort of your belief systems that it's like this and it can't be any other way. There's room for maneuver. There's certain things. So basically, when it's raining, you know you're going to get wet. But the thing is, it's you're leaving room for maneuver. So if I've got an umbrella, I'm not going to get wet. But that's the world of if. And that's where you're leaving that space in order for that foundation for your every action, confine that moment of if within life. But the rest of it is really well structured. It's very, very nice actually. Now, which is going to give you a very constant and steady path through this week. Let's just see what's going on your. Wow, look at that. I don't think I've seen a sacrum so well balanced. There is a real, six of pentacles realization in this here. There's a real harmony between the material life and the fun or pleasure in life. Happiness. Well, not happiness, but just doing pleasurable things in life. And then we, on the right hand side we have the material side, but they're very, very imbalanced. I have seen this in quite a few signs, and I think this is the next stage after the fusing of the solar plexus and the heart chakra. And it's almost as if like where there's an understanding that we're coming into line with everything, and that has to do with the consciousness as well. Let's just have a look at the solar plexus. Okay, so it's lovely fused before. I think it was very straight fuse in the past last week, when it was literally like one cord going between the two. I might have it. It might be wrong, but I think it was like that. And here the solar plexus is really opened up onto the heart, and it is coming. The heart is feeding the solar plexus, so it's the heart's desires feeding your passions at the moment. And within the center there, because it's all converging around that central point, that connection to energy. Let's just see what's going on in your heart chakra. You're a particular sign, Libra, a very particular. I've got lots of Librans around me, and they're amazing people. Librans really are amazing people. Tend to be very artistic, but at the same time, it's almost as if they want to live with everyone but have their own place. It's like it's that contradiction sometimes, and it seems like that within your heart. There's this. I really like to go socializing, but I don't really want to go anywhere. Sort of scenario. It's almost like should I stay or should I go, sort of thing. Libra's not the best at making decisions, but within your sort of social sort of aspect of it all, could well be tied into sort of time or finances or things like that, the outside or external sort of stuff. But it's also coming from you. This whole idea that you do want to socialise, but you just don't want to be in big crowds. You know, it's just an interesting sort of aspect of that heart there, but it's definitely into the here and now, which is sort of enjoying the moment, and I think that's what you're going to get more and more into actually as time goes on. Let's just see what's going on in the center of the heart, or center, this fusing between the two chakras. Yeah, here is like the sphere is very present. The sphere is incredibly present. It's taking precedent over the rest of life by the looks of things. The realization is in, and you're almost this week here is how can I put this into play? How can I make this connection to the rest of the world be viable, be workable, not only for yourself but also for the world outside you? And it's also sort of, that's where the whole thing about socializing comes into play. You've got to connect with people in order for it to happen. Therefore, you've got to socialize, and it might just be a little bit difficult to socialize at the moment because of a physical sense. It might be a case that your telephone's broken and that you can't phone the people. If do you know, it's like, you know, or you lost your credit card, so therefore you can't really spend any money. You know, that sort of thing. There seems to be something coming physical that's coming in, that's almost as if like your guides are sort of kind of start saying, yeah, we know you like to socialise at the moment, but just keep it down, keep it cool, let people come to you. That's what it sort of seems like, to enjoy the here and now. And so there will be socialising, I think, totally going on, but it's going to be governed by the interaction of what's coming into you by the looks of things. Very, very interesting and that, but it is to do with that connection to everything, and I think you're going to start realizing that enjoying going out walking, spending a bit of time with yourself, I think is really beneficial for you. It's going to quantify a lot of things for your coming future, where you're going to realize that I'm not going to chase after things that aren't going to satisfy my life. And that doesn't necessarily mean financially, that doesn't mean sort of like through love. It just generally means when we mean sort of talking about our life, there's all those things in it in one. There is the job, there is the partnership, your partner, your couple, there is your family, your friends, but there is also sort of like your house, your purchases, and that sort of thing. It's all got to sort of work sort of together. And that's what the problem with the world is at the moment. That's the old paradigm. We're saying goodbye to that. And we're moving into we've moved into the new paradigm. And now it's a time to get on and get moving, basically. Let's just see what's going on. And I think you're going to be more interested in that. That's going to be driving you a lot more. Let's just see what's going on in the third eye and the throat chakra. Well, communication is pretty good, actually. You do like talking, in general, Libra. You're not the sort of quiet one in the corner. You may well be the quiet one in the corner. It's either you talk a lot or you don't talk at all. There's no small talk in a way with Libra. It's not really your sort of style, I think. But there is communication, which is good, because maybe it's a case of communicating the new positioning or your new positioning in the world, and that could really help you out in accordance to all your sort of connections with other people. And it could be a changing, when I was looking at the heart, it could be a case of changing your social connections with people that are around you. So it may be because you're orientating yourself in a certain direction, and there's other friends, family, or associates that are actually, orientate them in a different way. It just means that, it's going to be both following your path, but they may not be in the same direction. So you may not see so much as certain people, but you're going to see more of other people or new people within your life. That's what it sort of seems to be like. And with that communication, that does seem to be there, then therefore you're going to be able to sort of convey your ideas and your wishes and your desires to the people that are around you, and you'll find those people who are conducive to your life very quickly. Let's just see what's happening on your crown chakra. There is that consciousness which is overflowing into the aura, making a new configuration, a new formatting of our energies in accordance with the vibrations that are coming through and the new paradigm that we are in at the moment. But I think this realization comes through you, but at the end of the week. So more around about the 12th, and you start getting into the idea around about the 15th or 16th of sort of saying, okay, so how do I now physically put it into play? And I think as you work on that, the things that happen in the beginning of March is going to almost bring in pieces of the puzzle that you kind of went, oh, now I can see, right, sort of scenario. But it's good to work on things your side, on your karmic path, basically. Okay, so if I was doing meditation this week, I'll be concentrating on communicating, opening up all forms of ways of communicating, and that's not necessarily just speaking, that's also listening, that's also drawing, playing music, the way we hold ourselves, the way, what we do in life. There's a multitude of ways in which we communicate. And I would open all facets of communication and just visualize different sort of communications within your meditations. And I think that will help you out a lot of figuring out or positioning yourself for the changes that are coming up in March. Let's just have a look at your chakras, your aura, sorry. This is really advanced. Yeah, I think that's a little bit like what you're going to feel like at the end of the week. Oh, right. It seems to be like that. And it's like you've got a new car and you want to see how it goes. It's like buying a new sports car and you're going to go, let's put this through its paces sort of scenario. And I think that's what's going to be coming up from the 12th. That's what it seems to be. And that's when the realization takes form and shape within you. So I would also, within your meditation, connect with everything that is around you. And that's anything from sort of trees to sort of rivers to clouds to stars to humans, the whole kit caboodle, basically. Let's just see if there's anything else that's going on toward upon your aura. No, everything seems to be fine that side there, but these two layers that are replacing certain layers of our aura at the moment seem to be for you anyway. Not every sign is like this, but for you, in your case, there's certain things that you want to advance on, some things that you are still processing. And it depends on which, and on different signs have different advances and different processes. But with you, it's your aura's really starting to process as it should be. And there you go, Libra. Thank you very much for being with us. We've got your tarot reading, your Astroflower tarot reading, also out on this channel at the same time. We will have also a in-depth reading on the karmic path cards that we're going to be pulling during that reading there. We've also got the energy masterclasses as well on this channel. We're doing so much stuff. It's the new paradigm. That's the way it goes. Enjoying it all the way. Thank you very much for your support for this channel over the last years or so. There's loads of links in the description below. You can even buy me a cup of coffee if you so desire. That'd be lovely. In the meantime, Libra, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.